Okay, going to do a quick update here on the general equity markets with S&P 500 and QQQ. So we'll start with the S&P 500. So this is January 31st, last day of January. So we'll look at the monthly candles to see how that's shaping up. But I'll start with the weekly chart view. So in my last update, I explained that, we had our top on week 13. The last cycle had its top on week 26. It had a low on week 31. This week, so this was week 16 here last week, and you can see we actually have a weekly swing low. So by going above this high, last week's high, we actually have a weekly swing low, which is great, very bullish. And that is your first condition to confirm a weekly cycle low or an intermediate cycle low in ICL. And so this could be an ICL, it's possible, but because it's only week 16 and you can see previous cycles, like that would literally be the shortest weekly cycle we've had in the last like 5 or 6 years, if you look going all the way back. So it's more likely that this is a bounce. Maybe we get up to, let's say, this high here at, maybe even as high as 4,600. So, you can imagine we go up here, then we roll over and maybe make our low. Finally, I'm expecting some point in like mid-March. So I have here the week of March 14th. And if you look at the daily chart, you can see pretty clearly this is almost certainly a daily cycle low last week on day 34. And that would make today day 4, or excuse me, day 5. So we had the big bullish outside candle on Friday, which was a big signal that, there might be something here. And now we're seeing really strong follow through today. Again, I'm expecting that this doesn't get much further, right? Like maybe again we get up to like right here around 600 or 4,600 and we roll over, but we'll have to see. What we'll be looking for is a candle that looks like this, so a swing high. So you see, we made a high up here. I'll zoom in even further. We made a high, and then next day we had a bearish move below the low of that day that marked the high. And once we went below that point there, that was your daily swing high, which started the daily cycle decline, which we technically just ended the daily cycle, but I suspect that we're actually moving into a weekly cycle decline. And so this is just the beginning. So again, we'd be looking for a candle like this where we get our swing high. That would indicate that we're probably moving like that. This new cycle has topped out. So again, we're on day 5. Maybe we get to day 9, day 10. Day 9 is this Friday, which is the jobs report. Maybe it's too obvious, but could be a very likely day for us to get that high for this cycle and to begin to roll over. But it's again possible that we don't get that, and so we'll always let price action dictate. And if we look at the QQQ, so this is in worse shape than the S&P. Similar situation. Last week is a possible weekly cycle low, but it's unlikely. In this case, the top actually came on week 7, so we've been declining for almost 10 weeks at this point. And so we'll have to watch. I'm expecting a similar thing. We come up, make a lower high. If we go on a daily chart, same thing. We potentially have a daily cycle low on day 34, and that makes this day 5 of this new cycle. Maybe we get to day 10 before we have a high. We'll have to see. And I'll quickly look at the monthly charts. So today is the end of the monthly candle, and so you can imagine the next monthly candle is going to open somewhere around here, right? And so it's going to be an inside month. It opens here. Now, we'll be looking to make sure that we don't make a new low, which would be 334. But we're probably not going to get out of this range, right? The high on that month, on this month, was 402. So that's a huge range. We're probably going to stay inside this range for the beginning part of the month. And then as I'm expecting, we'll get that rollover of the daily cycle and we'll make a new low below 334. But this is the range that you're watching for as February starting tomorrow. So very clear levels we're watching here, and really a very pivotal next couple of weeks for the market. Do we make a run back to all-time highs, or do we have an early top? I'm suspecting the latter. I'm expecting we don't make it back to all-time highs, at least not until we get another lower low in March. But we'll see. We'll keep watching the price action, of course.